morning. Plenty of clear skies over us, but we do have activity happening around us. It's not like we're just staying sunny throughout the entire east half of the country. We do see changes, but they're just not quite making it to us. So if we take a look outside on our Kentucky One Health Weather Bug camera, actually it's the MaxTrack Doppler. I'm just kidding. We have plenty of shower activity well north of the Ohio River at this point. You can tell it's trying to make it our way, but high pressure just not letting it get here. So a lot of these started out as pretty strong thunderstorms, especially when they were over Illinois, making their way into Indiana. You can even see some of that thunderstorm activity happening, but look what happens as it gets closer to us. It hits the high pressure and it's starting to fizzle out. Rain doesn't like high pressure. It dries it out. It takes all the moisture, the fuel away from it. So that's why everything that tries to make it to us doesn't really have a chance. We do have a big complex, though, kind of sitting over the Kansas and Missouri spot just a little to northeast of Oklahoma City, and that is the next low pressure system that's actually going to bring us some heat, believe it or not. We were supposed to cool off from here, go from the low 80s all the way down to the 70s throughout the weekend, but now that's flipped. And that's basically because of that low that's sitting over Nebraska. That's going to start to bring that heat up as a warm front passes us, and there you go, mid-80s by the time we get into Saturday, and then we'll start to slow cool trend. Will it drop down from there? Depends on when that cold front passes us. It could be as late as the end of next week, but we know for sure that this high pressure ridge right here is blocking anything that could potentially get to us. So there's your warm front. Things are already starting to get warm by tomorrow, but really it's going to be whenever this low gets a little bit closer. And as it does, keeps the rain above us. We may see a few showers here and there, but not quite yet. Into Saturday, winds come out of the south, bring in the heat, the moisture, not quite the rain just yet. We do have small chances, but nothing big at this point. So let's get to the future track in the play the next few days. Cloud coverage over the northern counties, maybe a few showers grazing us, especially tomorrow afternoon. But once those pass, we're back to the sunshine. Everybody south. If you're south of 75 or south of 64, you're going to be keeping the sunshine all the way through the day tomorrow. 15 days so far without rain. Tomorrow we'll probably make 16. Right now we are tied for 25th. Still nowhere near the longest stretch of 27, but we are going to get pretty close until at least the weekend. Then we're going to start to see that rain move in. Now this is through Saturday. Once again, this is a generalization. This is not specific spots getting rain. It just gives you an idea that the western half of Kentucky and the northern counties have a shot throughout Saturday. But look what happens after that. Now the whole state's talking about rain. Believe it or not, this is what potentially will become Nate. Actually, it's not even potential. It's going to happen eventually. But once it moves north, one model says we could be getting anywhere between 3 and maybe 8 inches of rain. The other model says 1 to 2. So it just kind of depends on where this storm system sets up. But let's talk about it. Nate will likely form sometime tonight, if not tomorrow morning. It's sitting right just to the north of Panama off the coast of Nicaragua, moving northwest at about 7 miles per hour. And that's going to bring it to kind of hit the tip of both Nicaragua and Honduras and eventually move back into the Caribbean, and then eventually into the Gulf of Mexico. At that point, now it's showing that it could become a Category 1 hurricane before it even gets close to the mainland U.S., but look at the difference in model tracks. You've got the National Hurricane Center with this blue line showing you that it's going to hit somewhere near Panama City. Well, now you're also talking about the major models moving into Louisiana. So there is still a long ways to go with this storm. It's still anybody's guess as to where it could hit, but we do know for sure it's likely it's going to hit one of our southeastern states. Really going for us, it's a lot of sunshine throughout the next couple of days with, well, some heat. Definitely some heat coming in by Saturday. A little bit more rain for Monday and Tuesday. That is a storm system. Whether or not it hits us directly or goes somewhere else, we'll have to see. But the cooler weather doesn't get here till the middle of next week.
Keeneland will feel more like the spring meet, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thanks, Seth.